Miami, one day in late May 2016, Roger Stone, the political dark sorcerer and longtime confidant of Donald Trump, slipped into his Jaguar and headed out to meet a man with a Make America Great Again hat and a viscous Russian accent. The man, who called himself Henry Greenberg, offered damaging information about Hillary Clinton, Trump's presumptive Democratic opponent in the upcoming presidential election, according to Stone, who spoke about the previously unreported incident in interviews with The Washington Post. Greenberg, who did not reveal the information he claimed to possess, wanted Trump to pay $2 million for the political dirt, Stone said. You don't understand Donald Trump, Stone recalled saying before rejecting the offer at a restaurant in the Russian expat magnate of Sunny Isles, Florida. He doesn't pay for anything. Later, Stone got a text message from Michael Caputo, a Trump campaign communications official who'd arranged the meeting after Greenberg had approached Caputo's Russian immigrant business partner. How crazy is the Russian? Caputo wrote according to a text message reviewed by the Post. Noting that Greenberg wanted big money, Stone replied, "Waste of time." 2 years later, the brief sit-down in Florida has resurfaced as part of Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III's sprawling investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 presidential campaign, according to Caputo. Caputo said he was asked about the meeting by prosecutors during a sometimes heated questioning session last month. Stone and Caputo, who did not previously disclose the meeting to congressional investigators, now say they believe they were the targets of a setup by U.S. law enforcement officials hostile to Trump. They cite records, independently examined by the Post, showing that the man who approached Stone is actually a Russian national who has claimed to work as an FBI informant. Interviews and additional documents show that Greenberg has at times used the name Henry Okniansky. Under that name, he claimed in a 2015 court filing related to his immigration status that he had provided information to the FBI for 17 years. He attached records showing that the government had granted him special permission to enter the United States because his presence represented a significant public benefit. There is no evidence that Greenberg was working with the FBI in his interactions with Stone, and in his court filing, Greenberg said that he had stopped his FBI cooperation sometime after 2013. Greenberg, in text messages with the Post, denied that he had been acting on the FBI's behalf when he met with Stone. An FBI spokeswoman declined to comment, as did a spokesman for Mueller's office. The meeting took place 2 months earlier than federal officials have said a counterintelligence operation was officially opened and before WikiLeaks began releasing hacked Democratic emails. It came in the same time period as other episodes in which Russian interests approached the Trump campaign. A few weeks earlier, Trump campaign foreign policy advisor George Papadopoulos was told in London that the Russians had dirt on Clinton. And it was 2 weeks before the sit-down between Donald Trump Jr. at Trump Tower with a Russian lawyer who he had been told could offer information that would hurt Clinton as part of a Russian government effort to help his father. Trump and his allies have said the meetings were inconsequential, and there was no collusion. Stone and Caputo's interactions with Greenberg mean that at least 11 Trump associates or campaign officials have acknowledged interactions with a Russian during the election season or presidential transition. Those interactions have become public in the year and a half since a Trump spokeswoman said that no one associated with the campaign had communications with Russians or other foreign entities. It is not clear how seriously investigators are taking the Florida meeting. Caputo said that prosecutors during his interview seemed to have intense interest in the interaction as well as the role of Greenberg. Reached by phone, Greenberg, 59, initially denied Stone's account of a meeting. This is wrong information, Greenberg said. Later, in text messages to a Post reporter, Greenberg changed his story, acknowledging that he'd met with Stone and providing a skeletal account of the encounter that matched Stone's in some ways. Unprompted, Greenberg used essentially the same language as Stone to describe Stone's reaction. Trump will never pay for anything. Stone said Greenberg was alone at the meeting. But Greenberg said he was accompanied by a Ukrainian friend he identified only as Alexei, who he said had been fired from a job with the Clinton Foundation, a global charitable organization founded by Hillary Clinton's husband, former President Bill Clinton.